Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Newsbrowse News broadcast. According to a report by CNBC, the Trump administration has proposed a 25% tariff on Brazilian goods under Section 301. The Office of the United States Trade Representative determined that Brazil has engaged in practices that are unreasonable and restrict U.S. commerce, including issues related to anti-corruption enforcement, intellectual property protection, ethanol market access, and illegal deforestation. U.S. Trade Representative Jamieson Greer stated that the Section 301 investigation was initiated at the direction of President Donald Trump. Although President Trump has held several constructive meetings with Brazilian President Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva, the USTR noted that substantial differences remain between the two countries in resolving these trade issues. A public hearing on the proposed tariffs is scheduled for July 6. This move follows a previous 50% tariff imposed on Brazil in July 2025. Which was struck down by the U.S. Supreme Court in February. Separately, the White House announced adjustments to tariffs on steel, aluminum, and copper imports, which includes reducing levies on agricultural equipment to 15%. According to GG Press, the U.S. news website Axios reported on June 1 that President Donald Trump held a telephone conversation with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and harshly berated him over Israel's expanding invasion of Lebanon, calling Netanyahu insane. Since Iran has demanded a halt to hostilities in Lebanon as a condition for ending its conflict with the United States, President Trump reportedly viewed Israel's actions as interfering with these diplomatic negotiations. According to the report, Trump also made blunt remarks regarding Netanyahu's ongoing bribery indictments, asserting that Netanyahu would be in prison if not for him. He further criticized Netanyahu, shouting that everyone now hates him, which in turn causes everyone to hate Israel. According to a report by Thai Sounds, European nations are increasingly concerned that U.S. President Donald Trump might withdraw conventional American military forces and key weapon systems from the continent. In response, Washington is reportedly discussing whether to deploy dual-capable aircraft, DCA, capable of carrying out nuclear strikes to more NATO member countries. The Financial Times, citing sources, reported that U.S. officials have expressed a willingness to expand the nuclear sharing arrangement beyond the existing 6 host nations: Belgium, Germany, Italy, the Netherlands, Turkey, and the UK. This potential expansion is aimed at reassuring allies that a reduction in conventional military support does not equate to a weakening of security guarantees. Countries along NATO's eastern flank, including Poland and several Baltic states, have shown significant interest in hosting these bases. While the talks are highly confidential and agreements are not expected in the near term, the negotiations highlight the critical importance of the American nuclear umbrella as a non-substitutable deterrent amid rising security threats, particularly from Russia. The Japanese government announced on June 1 that it will launch an anti-dumping investigation into hot-rolled and cold-rolled steel products imported from China, South Korea, and Taiwan. According to NHK, this decision follows petitions filed in February 26 by major Japanese steel manufacturers, including Nippon Steel and JFE Steel. These companies allege that steel imports from these regions are being sold at unfairly low prices, causing significant economic damage to domestic steel producers. The products in question are essential materials widely used across the automotive, construction, and home appliance industries. Following the formal start of the investigation, the Japanese government plans to conduct a thorough review of the import data and market impacts. Under current trade procedures, a decision on whether to impose anti-dumping duties is expected to be reached within 1 year. According to a report by Lionhay Zaubal, a tragic series of shootings in Muscatine, Iowa has left 7 people dead, including the suspect. Police responded to a call on Monday, June 1, 2026, and discovered 4 deceased victims inside a local residence. The suspect, identified as 52-year-old local resident Ryan McFarland, fled the scene before officers arrived but was quickly tracked down near a riverfront pedestrian bridge. During an ensuing conversation with police officers, McFarland turned the gun on himself and committed suicide. Subsequent investigations led police to another home and a shop, where they discovered 2 more male victims who are believed to have been shot by the suspect. Preliminary investigations by local authorities suggest that the serial shootings stemmed from a domestic dispute, and police have confirmed that all 6 victims were family members of the suspect. While authorities revealed that McFarland had a prior criminal record, they declined to provide further details, as the investigation remains active and ongoing. That's all for this video. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.